It should be nice. There's a wee red dot.
Hey guys, welcome to the Trihard workshop, where today we're doing something a little bit different. I haven't made anything in 20 years in regards to arts and crafts. I haven't painted miniatures, I haven't built anything for wargames. I don't really make anything for this channel except provide my beautiful face and soothing tones. So today Q is going to try and change all of that, as I am going to try and build something that could be used for a real wargame, or probably in my case, Dungeons and Dragons. So let's see how it turns out, and if you like this sort of video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Hello, folks. You like that one?
That's very formal.
It is.
You're
Hello,
a bit.
folks. I don't know. Well, lads, what's happening? You know what I mean? There's other options than that.
You go for the YouTube sound and you go, "Hey guys." That's always a. That's what I always do. But that's
hey guys. Right, we're gonna give the first tutorial video. We done a go here with Andrew, so
I get the baby scissors.
yeah, I got the big boy ones, the wrist destroyers. But we're gonna start off with a basic first video and do it as maybe like what proof of concept. So
I have never made a model in my life, despite being the voice of this channel. I have never made a model. I haven't really used pencils and scissors for crafts since I was in primary school. And this will be interesting, and we will test my artistic talent and use considerable patience.
right, so basically we want to start off with a rough rock shape. You cannot be wrong on this. I tend to square mine off in like random shape. Like, think of the flat stones, you know, and you're going to be layering them up, so two-dimensional shapes just for now. And then you want to do a big one and then two halves. You know, these can be any shape, and as well, these are only guidelines. You can cut them up whatever way you want. I like these ones that kind of have like a step in them, if you know what I mean. And same, we're going to do a dome. We'll need 3 of these and then a top stone, so technically 4 stones. Yeah.
I think you overestimate my ability to draw.
Just do like break it down into like a fat bit at the bottom and like a fat bit at the top. You know, like it doesn't really matter. There's like a triangle and square bits, and there's no way wrong. Well, there is wrong ways. I've showed you one. But there's no real wrong way or right way of doing it, you know. And like I said, you can change all this when you're doing your scissors. I was going to say scissor in there, but that's probably not. Probably stay away from that term. Maybe get more response from it. Okay, so they're all roughly the same shape anyway, but it's not really a big deal how like straight or round or whatever.
These are looking increasingly penis shaped though.
Yeah, well, I mean, most stones, the erected stones are phallic, and probably that
It's
reason.
a new meaning to standing stones.
Yeah. Standing moans. And then your whatever space you've got left, do a big top stone, you know? Like
That big, just a
just
big,
big flat, like big mad one.
like that.
Yeah. that'd be
Okay.
lovely. Now
Done.
the next process is you can use your big or wee scissors.
I got the baby scissors
We don't
for
judge
those.
here. You can
I'm not trusted with big boy scissors.
you can use a scalpel that you use. It's not.
Can we just do a wee close up, right? Comparison of scissors. This is a joke.
It's compensating. That's what it would be. Some would say. But yes, just rough. This is, like I said, no purpose. This is supposed to be get it knocked out in no time. You know.
I'm so good at scissors.
Yeah, scalpel might be easier for you. No, I mean that thing. Just sometimes it's good for if you're doing a shape of the scissors that I like doing. You know, you can just slice it up. Might even help get you more like straighter lines, if you know what I mean. Or not that that's a thing, but
I feel like if you got a local primary school to do this, they'd be doing better than I am.
Well, gotta start somewhere. Maybe I will show that rock. You know what I started with less than a year
There
ago.
we go. One flat stone.
One flat stone. So
Why did I choose such ridiculous shapes?
we'll just break. I mean, it doesn't. You can square them off in parts. It doesn't matter. Or give yourself space to work with. Because remember, you're going to be layering up these smaller ones. And again, it doesn't even matter because there's no real like wrong way or right way of doing it. Oh, do you like that one?
You say that, and then we'll see what mine look like, and we'll see if there is a right or wrong way.
I'm sure. We'll do it in post.
We'll do it in post. That's what we'll say for everything today. We'll do it in post.
That's not what happened.
We'll just show the ones that you made in the video before and claim that they're mine.
Yeah,
and people will go, hey, what happened in the video? Those are suddenly amazing. Well done.
Like
He's so talented.
Blue Peter.
Yeah, here's one I made earlier.
Oh, you made it? Some tech guy in the background sweating. Camera crew dude.
Yep.
Got a GCSE in art. Or what would the other terms be? The South leaving certs. I just like, you know, like, that's not the line I cut, you know, I drew.
Yeah.
So it's not.
So it's not about how well you can draw. It's about
How well you can cut out with a pair of scissors. It's like, look.
Are you a skilled scissorer? Is your scissoring up to snuff? It's not. Let's not go down that route.
So once you've got these eventually machined out.
Yeah. Just channel Christian Bale in his anorexic best. The machinist.
The machinist. Yeah, bleach your hands and get to work. Try not to injure anyone else in the process. Isn't that the whole premise of it? Didn't he kill someone or something?
I genuinely don't know. All I know is that that's what he did before he did Batman. And so he had to go from being 6 stone to being like
Jack.
18 stone and built like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. If them scissors are not fit for purpose, man, I don't know. We set them up, right? I think you've earned the right using big scissors. You've served your time.
Well, I'm determined. I've started,
Yeah.
so I'll finish. I've got to make a point that I am, no matter how I'm hamstrung by people trying to show me up, by the jackboot of oppression.
That's why I've got to like keep you back on the foot, or people will think, what's the point of him being there?
Yeah, I'll take over the whole channel. I'll just go, right, I'm in charge now. I can make the models. I'll be making a 3-tier Citadel model.
Call it Andy's hard. And Andy's hard scissoring skills. You tell me, we should be sharing this on RedTube, not not YouTube. There was a restaurant.
It's like being given a what is it called? Claymore?
That's it. You started with a wee spam dagger and now you moved on to the claymore or claymore. Big sword. No points for like originality there.
Well, like it is one of the like least imaginative Irish phrases. Like, you know, it's up there with like naming somewhere Inishmore. Like, come on.
Yeah. What's it?
But like, there's a good, like Naharniv is a good one. I like that.
Naharnivel.
You dirty Naharniv.
Yeah, well, it depends where you're from. Naharnivel. Nahar is snake and Nivel means poisonous, so you can say Dini Nivel, which is poisonous people.
I thought Naharniv is just.
No.
It's just the word for snake.
No.
That's how I was taught it.
Nyahar is this. There's a difference between Nyahar and Naharnivel.
Give you those back.
Right.
You're ahead of me. So what am I doing? I've got a selection of shapes.
Yep, you get your big stone.
I've cut shapes like an eat up raver.
Yeah. So with these, I would advise to use that as your flat side. You know, work with it. So.
Right.
So for instance, like this one, you would keep it tight. That see, yeah, like shapes like these. You don't want them, so new to them. Just get it off, and then you're kind of doing that side build one, you know, instead of an upright build. Yes. Just skim the whole bottom off it, like a fucking load of it, so you have that step down. Yes, man. What's
Something
that?
like that?
Yeah, man, that's perfect. Like, look.
Or do I make it smaller?
No, that's look. You've got your next
A wee
one.
babby?
That's why is that not a stone? Do you know what I mean? Like one side of it at least, anyway.
It's a stone.
Right. So glue guns. You stack that up.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
So how much glue am I doing?
just do like that's gonna be roasting now, so just do a bead, whatever if you want, or you can splop it all over. It's up to you, man. You're gonna be pushing it down. More glue, the stronger it's gonna be. Just squeeze it out of it.
Go, go, go! This is me being set up. Huh? There we go. There's plenty. Surely, right?
Well, just skim and wipe it. Yeah,
right.
And then stick it on where you want it.
Let's go there. That looks fine. And then we'll do another.
Yeah, and then stick your next one on. I don't know why glue gun's playing you up. It's just that you need to warm it. It needs to warm to you.
There we go.
Yeah. Stick your next one on.
The wee baby. Oh.
Don't worry about it being too stuck because the PVA glue and all it's going to stick out. Right, there's one side. Hold on, give me this.
Right.
Continue. Glue them all down. This is sometimes you don't see it, but that's what I'm at. Sometimes.
This is the not glamorous side of things.
Yeah. Flip it.
I think I put that too high. Oh well.
It'll
be alright. It'll be alright.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Sure, the ones I try and center are usually the capstone, you know, because there's no bit that's going into the ground, but it doesn't really matter. There we go.
There we go.
Right, so once you've got them done, here, give me a spoon. Right, I'll quickly do these ones. So, once you've got these all, oh, it's working now. Kind of like where you want all that. Plus, we're going to hide a lot of sins with toilet roll. Which isn't that what it's for?
Yeah. Toilet roll. Hide your sins. Buy it now.
We should be sponsored by Bulgo. I was saying there during the height of the event that we were technically using one of the most sought after commodities instead of using the expensive foam. But once you've got them done, we've got your wee base. You've got one there too.
I have a base. Alright. Which way? Is it this? Does it matter?
No, it don't matter. We're going to cover them anyway. So, what parts you want upright, I usually just cut the bottom end of them off. This is not a cordless glue gun as well, so it's going to get your rough setup of where you want them. I'll use the Bambino scissors. And once you've kind of got your, so glue it on so it's upright, you know, kind of like this, and it needs, think of like a dodgy stool, you know, is what you're kind of...
Dodgy stool, perfect for loo roll.
Yeah, dodgy stool onto, there's going to be lots of innuendos here today. And get your shape you're satisfied. I always think about a natural bend helps. The good thing about that glue being roasting, it will drop, you know, like have a bit of tilt so it kind of feels like it's holding weight, you know. Oh, we skipped the process.
What did we skip?
We skipped the knot work. Well, I mean, don't worry about it. We'll find a way.
We'll do it. We'll add it in post.
We'll do it in post. No, we can do it still. We'll just do simple shapes and then it'll be a big deal, you know. Deck a card it. Now you can cut the tips off the top, so maybe drop this one a wee bit and this one, and then it'll sit better for you, you know. Like,
okay.
Because.
Would you like a little off the top there, sir?
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Oh dear.
It doesn't really matter how bad the cut is because it's going under the stone, your capstone.
It's very, it's a deep cut for all those youths who will definitely be watching our channel.
Yeah.
So
set that aside for 1 second, and then we'll get our pencil and we'll do.
I'm actually quite pleased with these.
Yeah,
it already looks class.
Yeah, so basic shapes. You don't even have to do full knot. You know, you're just kind of. We'll do some shapes. Right, we'll do thick ones so they're pretty easy. You know, so you can have. I always find a curved one, like an arch. It's always nice to have. And then you're like, kind of just insinuating that it's in a bigger pattern, but it's not. It's all manufactured. It'll just look the part, you know. You can do these any sizes too, or any details if you want to go deep into like spirals, you know, as well. You can go on and then work your way out.
Do I have to be able to cut the spiral out?
Yeah, that's the so This is why circular shapes, because if you try and cut a spiral out, you don't know what I'm talking about. But see, if you just have like slightly curving shapes, it's more than enough. You know, a couple of bends, you can do tighter ones and things like that there. So we'll just cut the halfway so quite quick.
Do an Aquaman logo. If I can remember how you do an Aquaman logo. I think it's something, it's like 2 fish hooks or something like that. Because he's like that.
An upside down anchor. You know, it's like anchor or what I call it.
Anchors away.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, this is much easier.
Yeah.
It's amazing how easy it is when you use the right things. Hooray.
The only, well, technically I suppose you want it carved out, but having it embossed is nice. But if you were really to think about it, it's not the way it would be done. You know, especially not for these rocks, it'd be in reverse. But that's also a very difficult thing to achieve. Like out of cardboard and balls, you could do it, like, but nobody got time for that.
We lost our footage of us doing our paper mache work, which was really unfortunate because our camera died. But in order so that you follow and know what we were doing this whole time, Hugh is here diligently paper maching for your viewing pleasure. But you can trust I did my own paper maching. He didn't do it. I did it myself.
It's starting to look good now, so
And mine is looking good. It's probably looking better than Hugh's. I'm probably
well
going to take over as builder, so you know, just get used to it. The new power dynamic.
I'll do I'll start doing the audio. Good luck with that. This channel.
And like a flash, we have a stone.
Let it dry. There you go. Textured. Right. So painting.
Painting time.
We do a lot of white, a wee drop of black, and a wee touch of blue. Now I always mess this up, but
it's like being on Bob Ross now.
yeah,
You know,
happy
it's
accents.
it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, I want happy stones.
Yeah, these stones should look happy enough. As long as you're happy with them, that's the main thing. So where's grey? Wow. And the way it's not entirely mixed works in your favour,
Cool.
because you're adding just
then
random
just-
colours.
Just get it on there.
Yeah, my advice would be you want it to go on like as thin as possible, because you don't lose all your effort in the texture. You could base the absolute life out of them, but you would do yourself a disservice
Oh, okay.
once you get them blasted out. You want the big brush?
Yeah.
I'm keeping all the big tools for me.
The big boy tools.
Yeah, it's like a power play. It's like we're sharing dinner and we're trying to get the most peas first.
Fairness, I already have the disadvantage of
A smaller
keeping
brush.
mine based.
Oh, is it still?
It's still glued on. It's, you know, mine's all glued together.
Yeah.
So I have to be more careful, more gentle.
Yeah. If you want, you can shore it up with a glue a bit more, so that would help.
No, my construction is solid. I'll
Yeah,
have
well-
you know. Don't try and
I'm trying
you
to
know
find out then.
apply your low standards to my fine craftsmanship.
Said I'm trying to knock it before it's done, because I'm trying to still keep the top shit in this place. I'm the best paper masher. How well that looks on your CV.
Can paper mache better than a 5-year-old?
You got both sides?
Nope.
Well, they wouldn't put any more in that. It'll dry out fine because you're going to use the dry brush over. Here, let's flip it over. Here's a red dry brush, man. Now,
dry brushing.
Less is more. So fill your brush with a bit of paint and wipe it all off on that card. Like most of it. I know it's hard.
Is that enough?
Yeah, and then don't push down on it, but just catch the highlights. You know, do you practice on the underside of your good stone or your big stone? And you're just trying to catch, yes, man. And as you keep doing this here, the paint will like actually stay on it, the pigment.
Okay.
Yeah, and just keep her lit.
Do the same thing again?
Yeah, keep going.
So we'll try and get this paint off.
And if you put a bit too much on, you can always top it off with some turbo.
Not bad. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's one highlighted.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Just keep going.
Same again.
There's some rubble here.
Alright, I think I put a little too much on that one. There's too much.
Just dab it off, yeah, there's no mistakes.
No mistakes, only happy stones. And a very unhappy video producer and editor.
Yeah.
Why would I be unhappy?
Because there's more editing required.
There's going to be more cutting in. And then once you're happy with your dry brush, you can get your stones and flocks in.
It's gone a bit heavy there. I am, if nothing, heavy-handed.
Oh, you're in the right place.
Hiding all the texture. Oh, okay. So I think that's the bulk of my highlighting done.
Then
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
slatey and
glue it on to your desired position. Just keep it plugged in. And I would just put a spot of glue on the tops and then flap it on. Not that it needs the glue because it's standing on its own merit, but it would, what do you call it? It's because for those heavy-handed amongst us.
okay.
Bit of asbestos finger that.
The crowning glory of my
Wee spider webs for a fact.
yeah, absolutely. That's
And-
totally intentional.
That is a dolmen for all intensive purposes. The beginning of.
Look at that.
And
Very convincing.
if you want to round off that base or not, then maybe that's just me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, man, because you need these.
Oh, you just.
If you're more than welcome to give it a go if you wish.
Yeah, go for it.
But that's. I don't know. I prefer rounder things on the natural or stuff.
Why are you cutting through that?
10 years of plumbing. I always remember saying that they are actually a massive pair of scissors. They just, but they're actually great. We'd be lost without them.
Why am I struggling? You just rattled through that.
It's in the technique more than it is the strength, I think.
His grip strength is incredible, and I want to know why, and I don't think it's related to plumbing.
Yeah,
There
it's really
could be many
deceptive.
factors as to why it is so good. It's from holding on to the past.
That'll do there.
Perfect, man. Right, now, what do you wanna go?
So-
rubble, grass, let's go the full hog, I think.
Let's go like maybe a little. So how am I applying this?
So I would personally PVA glue the whole thing,
Right.
good and heavy. Put your stones where you want, maybe up against where they would catch, and then flock the rest and shake it off. I'll give you, yes, the sound of the tidy workshop.
So
Base the whole thing, go for it, go mad. Do a wee bit up against the edges of the stones, you know, the way as it does.
yeah, because grass doesn't grow very neatly around very ancient objects.
And I would throw your gravel where you want your gravel, where it gather up and things, and then just flock the rest.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you can stick your wee stick-on ones on after.
Okay, so you're gonna have probably some little gravel piles on the inside, because it's gonna be like that. Yeah,
It may need a bit more glue for that to set.
it's falling apart. I'll go for the smaller
You
stuff.
can use the glue gun. Yeah, the finer stuff will be better, but if you want that bigger stuff, glue guns don't really stick stones, but they hold them in place for you long enough for the PVA to go. You know? And the trick
There we
is to
go.
shake it off, and then whatever stays, stays. And whatever doesn't, doesn't. Yeah, you can, yeah.
Just do a wee glue gun.
Yeah, if you want them bigger ones to stick down, it
Some
should
of the
go.
big boys in there.
Go ahead, because you can be buried all.
It's just like RuPaul's Drag Race. Everything's done with a glue gun. Oh no.
Yeah, spider webs, nightmare. Heat gun or a lighter's pretty good at removing them.
Alright, so I'm gonna leave the rest of it as is and we'll maybe get a little bit of
Yeah, you should.
dustier stuff. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna do.
Lift that up,
Yep.
throw it on there, and then flock till your heart's content.
Okay.
And go mad, we can bury the stones if you want, and then it'll shake off. It'll only stick to the parts that are glued. And directional tapping, you know, help you spread it out a bit more.
Sort of like, like
Even when
a
it's
bit
on
of a
the
tip,
model. Yeah.
sort of stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
really go for it.
Yeah, man. Because it's once you shake it off, we're gonna put it back in the bag anyway.
Aye. So nothing is wasted.
No, God, definitely not.
Not at today's flock prices.
No.
I've lost a few stones in the process, but it wasn't meant to be.
Awesome, man.
Okay.
These here patches.
We'll do some big tufty bits.
And the beauty about these is you can either stick them on as are, they're not great, you can rip them up, but seeing you've got a few patches there, I would always dip them in,
Dip them in the PVA and
Yeah.
then.
stick them onto whatever you want, essentially.
So we're gonna have.
Cover up all the sins, because that's all essentially all your layers are doing. You want to cover up as much of the terribleness as possible and try and convince people that it looks well. You know, that's, or at least that's what I try to do.
Ah,
Yeah, they look a bit of a pernickety thing. There's some grey brown ones here if you want them. I've been using these in
the
the 40k.
dead grass.
Yeah, I think it looks well up against the concrete, you know. But sure, the grass is always greener in the path.
Let's see, there's a gap there. So let's get that big gap up the back. There's a big gap up the back.
Stone looks really good, isn't it? The way it's scattered about.
Someone really needs to do some strimming on this.
Yeah,
Looking terrible.
at least do a bit of edging.
There we go. I think that'll do. What do you reckon?
Looks brilliant, man.
I'm quite pleased. I might put. Hang on. I want to do one
By all
more.
means.
One more. One more.
Actually,
I want
put them away. I should have got the wee fancy ones we used in great oak.
I'll put one of
Dip it
these.
in the glue just to make it stick for sure. You know, you won't lose it.
There. Look, it's just a wee. It's growing in the shade.
On
Ah.
one should be delighted.
Excellent. So now we have two very fine finished products. Well, I say two very fine finished products. There is one that is very clearly superior and looks fabulous. Looks like it could be just a miniature ancient monument. It could be sold in the gift shop down in Meath at Newgrange. Or you've got this, which, you know, it's really just a place for people to go dogging. If there was tiny miniature people, you know, you could do this at home. You could do your own little van that goes and it parks nearby for people to go dogging near
Free
monuments.
sweets.
You know, it could be any of that sort of thing. So, you know, if you have a preference, put it in the comments. We want to know who you think built it better. Have a think about it. Put something in the comments. We want to hear from you. And till next time, try hard.
There you go.
No matter how I'm hamstrung by
Whether
people
delivered
trying to
or not.
show me up, by the jackboot of oppression.